Welcome to our 360 for Publishers training. 360 is an add-on to catalog services that provides everything you need to monitor engagement of your titles and catalogs in Edelweiss, and the tools to increase your reach as well. Publishers can track activities such as views, shares, shelves, reviews, downloads, and orders, use metrics and key indicators to improve sales and marketing effectiveness, and identify and connect with prospects. This tutorial will take you through the data available to you as a 360 subscriber and go over how to leverage this information to measure and maximize the impact of your sales and marketing efforts on the site. While we assume for this tutorial that you have a paid subscription to 360 Premium, know that certain features are available to you at the free level of the service. One note before we begin this training. Throughout this video, we will encourage you to pause to try out some recommended exercises that put concepts or workflows we cover into practice. You will see a bar on the bottom of your screen that will show when we will resume the training. But please take all the time you need and return to the guide once you've completed the assignment. Let's start with how to access the tool. You can access 360 from the 360 icon in the top left-hand corner of the main header. You can also pull up a 360 view for individual titles by clicking on the icon in the right-hand corner of a title listing. Clicking on the 360 icon from either spot will open the 360 portal. On the left-hand side of this window are the different lenses through which you can explore site users, accounts, and communities, and their interactions with your titles, catalogs, and DRCs. We'll start with the Communities tab because it includes functions that we highly suggest publishers take advantage of. If you click into this tab, you can see all of our communities, both user and genre communities. The user communities are typically managed by us in some way. For example, you'll see the ABA community and the Barnes & Noble community. These have a vetting process for who is let in. 360 makes it easy to auto-approve these communities for DRCs. For those unfamiliar, this means that members of these communities will be able to download your DRCs right away without having to request a title and be approved. If you click on the number of DRCs beneath the group name, you can auto-approve specific titles or the whole profile for a particular imprint's DRCs. Once you select Auto Approve Profile, it will apply for all future DRCs as well. If you click into a community, you can also explore activity and members within it. You'll find an interesting summary that compares how many community members have reviewed a title on the site compared to how many have reviewed a title of yours, along with other similar metrics. We also show members by role. For many other communities, the membership roles will be a bit more diverse, but in this example using the ABA community, we would expect the community to be made up of booksellers. This information is meant to help you understand who you'd be targeting and how active they are if, for example, you were to send them DRCs, or if you were to book an advertising option that targets a community. You can also click on members to see who the community members are, and click on a specific user to see what store, library, or other organization they're affiliated with, individual activity metrics, previous markup shares, and more. Moving on from communities in 360, catalogs and titles are two other key views to know about. You can pull up a catalog in 360 and see a breakdown of user activity related to it. This will include how many views it got. If those who have viewed it are in the contact lists of anyone in your organization, user types, stats by time frame, and then numbers of reviews, orders, tagged titles, downloads, and shelves of the titles in that catalog. Note that you can hover over these headings for a reminder of what each area refers to, and you can click into any of them for more detailed stats. Now let's go over the tabs on the left-hand side that you'll see when viewing a catalog in 360. I've searched for and selected a catalog with a bit more activity associated with it for this example. Starting with shares, if you click on shares, you can see who from your organization has marked up and shared the catalog and who they've shared it with. A helpful feature here is that you can see whether or not the recipient actually viewed a shared markup via the eye icon that you see here. Now it's time to try it yourself. Pause the video, open 360, follow the instructions you see on the screen, and come back when you're ready to move on. Next, let's take a look at the Viewers tab. Here you can see all the viewers of a catalog, their user type, and which of these viewers are on your colleagues' contact lists. As we saw before, if you click on a user's name, you'll see a summary that shows their associated account, which you can click into to dive into details of other users and their activity with your titles. You can see other catalogs of yours a user has viewed, titles they've left reviews for, and their downloads of your DRCs. You can also see whose contact lists they are in, if they are in the contacts of any other publishing houses, and you can even add them to your contacts or message them. Zooming back out from users, let's move to the Titles tab of a catalog in 360. By clicking here, you can dive into the titles within that catalog and their respective activity metrics. If you click on a title here, you'll be taken to a summary page and can see analytics data around percentages of stores and libraries who have sold, owned, and ordered the title, a graph of the activity over time, and who reviewed a title, shelved it, or downloaded it, all broken down by user type. Looking at the left-hand sidebar, you can see that there's a lot of data available in this view. As mentioned, we show you who has reviewed a title and the contents of their review, who has shelved a title, and who has downloaded it. There are lots of potential ways to use this information. One option: if there are multiple books in a series, you might consider going to book 1 in 360, checking to see who loved it based on the reviews, and message them to suggest they check out book 2. Messaging users is done by clicking on the envelope icon next to their name, or you can message the whole list, but we suggest doing that sparingly. You could also explore shelves, and if someone is anticipating a title that now has an available DRC, you could message them and include DRC access, which will display as an option when sending a message for a book that has an active DRC. It's time to practice again. Pause the video, open 360, follow the instructions you see on the screen, and come back when you're ready to move on. We also help identify prospects for you, based on their interaction with comparable titles for a particular book. For titles in 360, you'll see targets of various user types. You can click to drill down into the list and look into stats for an individual user if you'd like, as we saw earlier in the video. If you agree with us that a user seems like a good fit, you can message them about a book by clicking on the envelope icon. Or, again, the whole list can be messaged if you click the message button. Just be thoughtful with this, of course. Something to note at this point in the training is that although so far we've explored title pages, account pages, and user pages by clicking into them through catalogs or communities, you can absolutely search for a specific title, user, or account and get there directly. Just click on a menu option and begin your search. We have one last feature to go over, and that's tracking. You may have noticed a paw icon in some of the views we've looked at in this training. Tracking allows you to easily access a tracked item from the tracked area on the main page. Tracked items can include catalogs, titles, users, accounts, and communities. Just click the green paw icon anywhere you see it to track or untrack an item, and after some time, you should see related activity populating here. We hope this virtual training has inspired you to make the most of your 360 subscription, but know that the support doesn't end with this video. We have extensive help documentation available on our help site, which reviews all these concepts and more. Plus, if you ever have specific technical questions, reach out to our support team at support@abovethetreeline.com. Also, make sure you subscribe to our newsletters as we're constantly sharing tips and best practices, new and old. Scan the QR codes on the screen to be connected with any of these resources, and thanks for joining us.